The breakup didn't happen on a dramatic night. There was no rain, no shouting, no slammed doors. It happened on a Tuesday. I remember because Tuesdays used to be our quiet days, the days when nothing went wrong, when we ordered the same food, sat on opposite ends of the couch, and pretended comfort was the same as happiness. You were scrolling on your phone. I was watching the clock. Neither of us noticed how long we had stopped noticing each other. "Are you okay?" you asked without looking up. "Yeah," I said. You nodded. That should have been enough. But something in my chest tightened the way it does right before you cry, even though you swear you won't. We had become experts at saying it's fine. Fine when we were tired, fine when we were distant, fine when love felt heavier than it used to. We didn't fight anymore, and somehow that scared me more than when we did. I remember when we first met, how easy it was, how conversation felt like breathing. You laughed with your whole body back then, like joy didn't need permission. I memorized that laugh without realizing it would one day hurt to remember. Back then, we stayed up late talking about everything, our childhoods, our fears, the kind of future we imagined. You said you were scared of being abandoned. I said I was scared of not being enough. Funny how we ended up proving each other right. The first crack was small, almost invisible. You stopped telling me about your day in detail. I stopped asking follow-up questions. We blamed stress, work, life, timing. We always had a reason. We never had a solution. When I reached for your hand, you still held it, but it felt automatic, like muscle memory rather than desire. When you kissed me, it was gentle, familiar, safe, and empty in a way I didn't know how to explain. I started missing you even when you were right beside me. The night before the breakup, I almost said something. You were asleep, facing away from me. I stared at the back of your head, thinking about how strange it was to feel lonely next to the person who once made me feel the least alone. I practiced the words in my head. Do you still love me? Are we okay? When did this start feeling different? But I was afraid of the answers, so I stayed quiet. Love doesn't always end because it disappears. Sometimes it ends because no one has the courage to ask if it's still there. The next day, Tuesday, you finally looked at me. Really looked at me. "Can we talk?" you said. My heart already knew. We sat across from each other like strangers pretending to be polite. Your hands were shaking. I noticed because I used to hold them whenever you were nervous. "I don't think this is working anymore," you said softly. There it was. Not loud, not cruel, just honest. I wanted to argue, to list memories like evidence in a trial, our trips, our jokes, the way we once loved each other fiercely. But love isn't something you can convince someone back into feeling. So I asked the only thing that mattered. When did you know? You swallowed. "I think I've known for a while. I just didn't want to hurt you." I almost laughed, because staying had been hurting me too. We cried, but not the way people expect. It wasn't messy or dramatic. It was quiet, restrained, like we were both trying to be strong for the other one last time. "I'll always care about you," you said. I nodded. "I know." And I meant it. Some people don't stop loving each other. They just stop choosing each other. Packing your things felt surreal. Your toothbrush, your hoodie, the one I used to steal. I almost asked you to leave it, but that felt selfish, like trying to keep proof that we were real. At the door, you hesitated. "This wasn't a waste," he said. I needed to hear that more than you knew. "I know," I replied. "We were good, just not anymore." You smiled sadly, like you wanted to say more but didn't know how. Then you left, and that was it. No soundtrack, no dramatic final line, just the sound of a door closing and a chapter ending. The hardest part wasn't the loneliness. It was the quiet moments when I'd reach for my phone to tell you something small, a joke, a thought, a memory, and remember I couldn't anymore. It was learning how to exist without someone who had become part of my routine. Healing wasn't fast. Some days I felt free. Other days I missed you so badly it felt physical. But slowly, the pain softened. I learned that love can be real even if it doesn't last forever, that endings don't mean failure, that sometimes letting go is the most honest thing you can do. I don't hate you. I hope you're happy. I hope you laugh the way you used to. I hope someone holds your hands when they shake. And I hope one day, when I think of you, it doesn't hurt. Just a quiet gratitude for a love that taught me what I deserve and what I still need to learn. Because some people are not meant to stay. They're meant to change you.